Thanks for tuning in to another live stream update on the promotional products industry. We're going to share some marketing ideas and some product tips you can jump on right now. First of all, I'm hoping that everyone is doing well and that you're following all the rules to stay safe and healthy during this incredible worldwide pandemic. We're all adjusting to these new realities. I adjusted, for instance, this weekend to getting my haircut, but me doing the haircut. So if you don't have a razor and you haven't tried it out yet, it's now I know why they're licensed in most states to perform haircuts. We've been continuing to poll and research people in the industry about what's going on in terms of sales and other kinds of topics. This week we asked about participation in the government programs providing loans and other financial help through the CARES Act. Surprisingly, half the respondents said they either didn't apply or weren't eligible for CARES Act. Nearly 30% said that they were approved, but they hadn't gotten any money yet. And only about 11% of the people that said they applied and had been approved had gotten their funds. So still less to come there. Luckily, Congress has approved additional funding. We're hopeful that that moves down to some of the smaller businesses like the distributors and suppliers in our industry. And I urge you to look into information about those with your banks, financial services institutions, and others. In fact, the easiest way to get an explanation of what to apply for is to check the ASI coronavirus resource page, asicentral.com/coronavirus. One of the things we put together at ASI in the last few days is something we're calling ASI Help Calm. So we've launched that this week. It's a comprehensive list of free online resources dedicated to helping ASI members navigate this crisis and prepare, most importantly, for recovery. ASIHelp.com is really like an online toolkit, making it really easy to access useful, practical content. We've got downloadable marketing tools, some sales sheets, and even some Zoom background so that you can upload your own background to Zoom if you're using Zoom with your clients to appear more professional rather than having a background in the back, maybe like the one that I have back here. It also includes at ASIHelp.com concise explanations of those government programs we talked about and free education. Don't forget that ASI University is open with all sorts, hundreds of classes that you can take free anytime, 24/7. We've also got some kids activities that are going on live and schedules for those, as well as some fitness classes that anyone can participate in using Zoom. There's a great schedule, multiple classes all day long. It's password protected for ASI members. It's for members only. It's also going to be updated and content regularly added that's really relevant to what's going on, especially things that help you recover your business as things start turning around. It's going to have, and already has on it, webinars, videos, podcasts, all sorts of information updated continuously. Again, check it out. It's at asihelp.com. I've been on lots of calls with industry participants in the last few weeks. Really am making a few calls a day. Sharing information for all of us is key through this crisis to learn from each other. I know lots of you are hosting meetings with your clients, with your employees, with prospects, the regional associations, smaller groups of industry groups. I've joined several of those meetings and been happy to discuss what we think is going on and what we expect to be happening in the course of the next few weeks. And also to explain how distributors and suppliers are really responding to this crisis. I was a guest of the Premier Group recently, for instance. And yesterday I hopped on a call with Starline's John Norris and Brian Porter, talking about technology and how technology and use of technology in our industry has really changed forever by the coronavirus. So keep meeting, keep sharing, keep using video. The industry itself is a great resource, and don't forget to check out all of the resources at asicentral.com to help you as well. I've also been engaged in some recent publicity for the industry. I think keeping ourselves positive and our teams positive is really important, but also getting the word out that there's really a great opportunity for people in this industry and that we're giving back in this industry during this crisis. In the past few days, for instance, I've been interviewed by two reporters for two different magazines, Crain's New York Business and also New York Magazine. Crain's wanted to know about innovations in trade shows and virtual trade shows. I talked about our launch this past Tuesday of Joe Show Live, which features 5 suppliers each week discussing top products for distributors and how to sell those products. Joe and the suppliers share marketing tips, sales tips, all sorts of things. Tune in on Tuesdays, 10 to 10:30 Eastern Time. Contact ASI Show to get on the registration list. And just check out asishow.com for all the information about Joe Show Live every Tuesday, 10 o'clock for 30 minutes, New York time. New York Magazine, on the other hand, is writing a really, I think, sounds like an interesting story about the potential for logoed face masks to become a really hot promo product. So I spent time talking about what that meant and what we're already seeing in the promotional space with masks. No surprise probably to anybody, but face masks are the #1 product searched for in ESP right now, along with other PPE products and items. From the start of this crisis, I've been so impressed that suppliers really transitioned quickly, pivoted immediately to making masks and other PPE items for hospitals, essential workers. The next logical step, especially as states and counties start opening up for business, is that corporations, small businesses of every size that are doing business with public are going to need these kind of PPE products, especially masks and other things. Think about restaurants, stores. They're going to be in great need of all sorts of products to keep people safe in this time of unease. In fact, already logoed masks are already becoming a big thing. Demand has really soared. You've got musical acts, sports teams starting to showcase them, the NBA, the WNBA. Many of these actually have now a charitable component now. So the mask is available for sale, for instance, as merch, in a store for a music group or something. But portion or part of the proceeds go to help people who need help. Need their own PPE products, need food, or whatever. There's a lot of needs, obviously, in all of our communities right now. So we think that this sort of moment merch is going to be really big again. It's going to be different. Musicians may not be back on the road, but they still want to connect with their listeners and their fans online. And so merchandise is a great way to do that, and promo is the best. So expect this product category to really take off. It's going now. A lot of the sales of masks right now, of course, in our industry are not necessarily logo, because we've got a very speed to market. People really want the mask quickly. Some of the suppliers don't have the capability to do decorating, but I expect that to really pick up. And this is going to be here for a while. This is not a fidget spinner. Okay, the need for PPE products like masks, like sanitizer, this is going to be around for many months, probably up to a couple of years at least. There's a lot of companies that have been suffering through this closure, and they're going to be also looking, as they're opening back up, to be marketing themselves when the country starts opening up. So promotional products to protect people, but also promotional products to, like always, be a great return on investment for marketers that need to drive traffic back into their stores, whether it's restaurants, stores, whatever it is. They're going to need to attract their customers back, to thank them for doing business, and promotional products are really affordable, as we all know. They're useful, they're practical, and they're perfect for this sort of new economic reality. People may not be able to afford as much big advertising as they had 6 months ago, but promotional products are a great return on investment, so we'll be more likely to be investing in promo products. The thing about masks that's sort of interesting from a branding perspective is that they're one, very useful tool, but there's also great real estate. There's real estate that's worn, all the time. It's at eye level. So look for that real estate to start being used for promotional messages, logos. I think we're going to see the logos be quite discreet, maybe discreet on the side of the mask or on the band, almost like a lanyard band. But I think the front is a welcoming thing. To make them more welcoming, because a mask without any branding or any sort of logo or illustration is not that friendly. So I think we're going to see some friendly branding that's going to happen for the mask. And don't forget also, we've got elections coming up. Local, state, and federal elections are coming up. Don't forget that the Make America Great hat, which was a $20 million contract with an ASI distributor, catapulted the Trump campaign. So imagine masks for political rallies this summer. And this fall. So lots of different products, I think, are going to be used. I mentioned decorating. Our reporters have been talking to decorators and distributors about the decorating, and they're really gearing up on the unique nature of these PPE products and what kind of screen printing techniques, sublimation, laser etching, what's the right thing to be using. So you're going to see lots of possibilities from very innovative distributors, suppliers and decorators out there. So all that said, PPE is a hot market, but don't forget, buyer beware always for distributors. Work with suppliers you know and that you trust, and that can be helpful to you to give you products that really are meeting the needs of people and are safe to use. There's a lot of reports around with distributors who are desperate to get product, and also buyers that are desperate to get product, that are getting random emails from people they don't know, and they're doing business with people they've never heard of, and they're being disappointed, either scammed by sending them money or scammed because the product arrives and it's not what they thought. So buyer beware, be very careful. Turning to sort of other thoughts about the industry, one question that's on everybody's mind, I think, is when will sales really return? We're hearing from a lot of people in the industry that they think it's going to be really the third or fourth quarter before things really start getting good traction again. And there's going to be some in-client markets that are going to be especially tough. Live entertainment, travel, those are going to take longer to get back on their feet. And the big unknown is also the sports leagues. What's going to really happen there. Obviously, a huge consumer of promotional items, and so there's a lot of unknown about what's going to happen right there. But there's a lot that you can do now. You can really jump on selling promotional items, and print also, don't forget, that's a great marketplace. To the essential businesses that are still opening, still serving people. Banks, gas stations, convenience stores, accounting firms, law firms, healthcare entities, credit unions, police and fire. The list really goes on and on. There's still a lot of people that are using promotional products and still have a need for promotional items right now. So call on those kinds of companies. Tech companies are also still investing in promo. They're investing in a different way. They may not be having big user group meetings, but they still want to connect with prospects and their existing customers. So think about what you can do to provide fulfillment and other services, or partner with others to provide those kinds of services to help those companies reach out to their clients. For those of you who have the connections, don't forget about the mass market companies. Consumer brands are still reaching out to people, the Amazons of the world, trying to get their marketing materials out to their employees and to their customers. And don't forget, there's customers and there's employees, and lots of people are also creating ways to reach out to their employees who are now working at home under a lot of stress. So lots of things going on. And soon we hope there'll be all sorts of opportunity to have welcome back promos, for people that are coming back into their offices. So another way to sort of start engaging with your client and your prospects about what kind of planning to take now, so that the right quantity of masks are available when people are coming back to work, the right kinds of things that they need in the office, and the right things to welcome people back and thank them for sticking around and sticking through this tough kind of time. So the recovery is going to come. We don't know when. We all need to be ready, but most importantly, we need to be safe. Follow the rules, do what we're told in terms of staying safe, staying 6 feet apart from people, not being in your home with people that you're not people that you're home you're home with all the time. So take all those precautions. If you have any questions or want to shoot me an email, it's very easy to find me. tim.andrews@asicentral.com. Remember to check out asicentral.com for all the news that you need to get through this, and also all the education and other kind of marketing that you need and can find useful. So take care, have a great weekend, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.